All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are, in one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going. What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
And I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alvin, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people! If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zeugle policy. Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
This one's
I'll
mine!
smash you! Indian pest. I shall steal you where you stand.
It's almost too strong.
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest. Sword Rain Alpha!
This one's mine!
Elusive deity!
Eat dirt!
Elusive deity!
I'm not done!
I'm ready!
You made me angry!
All yours, Kisara!
Now! Here I come! Win! You're mine! Strike! Soda! No escape!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flares of Malika!
Here I come!
Easy snaring to me. Yeah, and pummeling to me.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Look sharp! Take this!
Severin Wind!
Take this!
Sword Rain Alpha!
I'm hurt bad!
In a bind?
Here I come! I'm not done!
I'm ready!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Not a chance!
Shine! Radiant light! Full
Eat dirt!
regeneration!
Nothing gets by
Here I come! I'm not done! Sword Rain Alpha!
Make it rain!
Frozen?
Hammer!
Now! Here I come!
Make it rain!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Elfin, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleum kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going. Thistleum was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not. Shion's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renin. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Okay.
Why? Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get it. Ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
You're saying we should check the owl forest? You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
It feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out. Photon Blast! Light Astral Energy! Lightning Attack!
I'll take out the lead with
I
my
can
shield.
carve through armor! Take this!
Kitara! Frozen!
Hammer!
One last one! Light Astral Energy! Photon Blast! Photon Blast! Close one! Gotcha! Light Astral Energy! Light Astral Energy! Kitara! Frozen!
Hammer! Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor. Where should I cast my line? All right. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Maybe you could keep it as a pet.
Nothing's biting. There we go. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
You sure know what you're doing.
Is that the Dougal we're looking for?
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Bullseye! Lightning Attack! Thunderbolt!
Not today!
Far enough!
Take
Are
this!
those arms even natural?
This one's mine!
Thunderblast!
Anything in armor is all mine!
A debut performance!
Tree Blaster!
Going in!
Wind!
Resonate with the earth!
I have no
Nicole!
I couldn't make it in time.
Benediction light.
Double Demon Fang! Heal!
Do it!
From beyond!
Demon Fang!
Imbue
Double
with
Demon
vengeance!
Fang!
Not today!
Resuscitation!
Thunderfield!
Demon Fang!
Shining
Double
Supernova!
Demon Fang!
Heal!
How about this?
Everyone's still in one piece?
You require a hand.
Their arcs are interrupted.
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Can't get out of this!
You're hurt, malevolent! Arcane waterfall!
Keep charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Done! I'll leave it to you!
Hurt, malevolent! Not on my watch! Light astral energy! Photon blast! Light astral energy!
Not today!
Make it rain!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
On your knees.
Hurricane blast! Go get him! Lightning condemned!
Resonate with the
Thunder
earth!
blast! Lightning condemned! Thunder blast! Lightning condemned! Thunder!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
That's far enough.
I have no limits! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Light astral energy!
Can't get
Photon
here!
blast! Light astral energy!
Beyond! Imbue this
Photon
banquet
blast! Shield and shattering the flaming
Use too
meteor!
much.
Kill! You're on! This one's mine! Ground and pound! Not like this!
Can't get out of this! I'm on it! Talon Storm! Armor won't save you! You're mine! Talon Storm! Tornado Alpha! Rain Blast! Super Jello Dance! What's this? Rotating Cloud! Double Demon Fang! Talon Storm! All good things come to an end. This one's mine! Super Swallow Dance! Eat this! I'll end you! Finish this! Rage. Glimmer Dragon! Jolene! Hey! Blow them away! Too slow! Double Demon Fang! Glimmer Dragon! Demon Knight! Can't move! Forgive me. Eat this! Stalagmite! Almost! Watch this! Talon Storm! Air pressure! Talon Hurricane! Resonate with the earth! Watch it! Eat this! Eat this! On your knees! Shattering the pieces! Attack time! Resonate with the earth! This! I'm ready! Jolene! Hey! Blow them away! You're wide open! Ribbon! I'm just getting started!
So that didn't go as planned.
We must consider... Consider well if this is the right path.
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
Out of my way!
In a bind?
You're mine!
Lightning condemned!
Lightning
Thunder
strike!
blast!
Resonate with the earth!
Light astral energy! Photon blast!
Sphere!
Light astral energy!
Dragon Form!
Purge malevolence! Arcane waterfall!
Light.
Purge malevolence! Arcane waterfall! Freeze lancer! Light astral...
Shine! Radiant light!
Going in!
Pulse of regeneration!
Shattering the
This one's
pieces!
mine!
Attack time!
Don't suffer
Not
in
on my
silence!
watch!
Not today!
Allow me to help you.
Denied!
Benediction light.
Photon blast!
Make it rain!
Kitara! Frozen!
Hammer!
With this, I can become even stronger.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menancia pride.
Little help!
Resonate, we can't get out of this!
Piercing roll!
Lightning condemned! Thunderblade! Volcan Purge Malevolence! Archaic Waterfall! Freeze Lancer!
Resonate with
Oh,
you!
stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara! Volcan Flash! Light Astral Energy! Purge Malevolence! Archaic Waterfall! Freeze Lancer!
Not today! I'll blind you with a
Not in your dreams! Sweet
dance on the wind! Double dip!
Can't go in! Take this! Ground and power! Light Astral Energy!
Demon Flame! Double Demon Flame!
Lunar Ball! Now! Ringwell! Frozen!
Hammer! Night Fly! Going in!
Begin!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Did we really just spend that much money?
you guys checked your equipment lately?
You make sure to rest too, Hootle. Good food is the best kind of magic. This ice cream tastes so good.
I swear, you're always having ice cream, even when it's freezing cold out.
And who made you the food police?
No one. I'm just saying that's a lot of ice cream. Don't you ever, throw up or anything?
Did you really just say that? Try thinking before you talk.
Huh? What do you mean? All I'm saying is I'm just a little worried about you, okay?
Well, don't be. I can have ice cream whenever I want.
You say that, but you know what's gonna happen if you keep eating ice cream all the time.
It's none of your business what I eat or how often.
Arguing over the consumption of a frozen dairy product. Ah, to be young.
Naive might be more accurate.
Mind if I join you, Law?
Oh, hey, Alphen. What's up?
Nothing. I was just surprised to see you weren't training for once. Got a stomach ache or something?
You know I don't literally train around the clock, right? I do take breaks.
Do you? It seems like you're training every chance you get.
Well, yeah, it can't be helped if I want to get stronger. Still, it's important to let your muscles rest every now and then. That's what my dad told me anyway.
Zephyr said that?
When I was a little kid, yeah. I would get so excited whenever he came home. I always followed him wherever he went and tried to learn as much from him as I could. He said, it's good to be passionate, but don't overdo it. Just like there are times when you want to take a break from studying, sometimes your body wants to take a break from training, too. I was always rushing around and forgetting to rest, so he ended up telling me that a lot.
That definitely sounds like him.
It's nothing to get sad over. Still, I can't help but wonder if that was my dad's way of teaching me the dangers of rushing into things too quickly. Then again, maybe I'm just overthinking things. I wish I'd had more time to talk to him about this kind of stuff. See you guys tomorrow. I feel pretty refreshed after that sleep. carve through armor! First strike! Begin! Far enough! I'll grind you into dust! I'm on it! Talon Storm! No further! Do it! Super Storm! Not today! Rotating pile on it! Talon Storm! Make it ready, sir!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! You're wide open! That's enough!
Seal!
I owe you one for that. Our arc is being interrupted. I'm on it! Take the round! Rip and tear! Elusive deity! Swinging blood! You're wide open! That's enough! Elusive deity! Talon Storm! Rotating pile driver!
Freeze Lancer!
Super slow again! Oh, and armor won't save you! All good things come to an end.
Switch not in your dream!
Nothing gets by me!
Talon Hurricane! I'm ready! Go in! Hey! Blow them away!
Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
That's far enough!
Eat this! It's on!
Hurricane far enough!
Raging
First
Storm!
strike! Take this!
Seal!
Talon
On
Hurricane!
guard!
Stockpile!
Eat this! Resonate with you!
Here!
Shattering the pieces!
This one! Run!
Air pressure! Eat this!
Hurricane
Lost my
strike!
focus!
Lightning strike!
Igor's armor won't save you!
Hydration
Hurricane! That's freaking done!
Raging Cascade!
Heal!
Seal!
Shouldn't have messed with me! Look
I'll be
sharp!
saving this one!
Almost! Too slow!
The waters of
Storm!
peace and
light! Faster! Heal!
Hurricane strike!
Talon Hurricane! Now I'm in the groove!
Hurricane strike!
Stay Bolero!
Arch Seal!
Appreciate the help.
Now!
Goodwill! Demons descend! Flashing Fang! There's always room for improvement.
That's far enough!
Hurricane!
Hurricane strike! Lightning strike!
Dragon!
Hurricane
I'm
strike!
just getting
They
started!
may look cute and stuff, but
Far
they're
enough.
vicious!
Prepare to be seen!
Falling
Ready to bind? I can carve through
Lightning strike!
Not today!
Hurricane strike!
Elusive
On
deity!
guard.
I'm ready! All yours, Kisara! Too slow! Come and get it! I'll finish you here and now! Eat this! Take Bolero!
You made me
Pushing
angry.
ruin.
That was a bad idea.
Eagle assault! Eat this! I'm ready! Hey! Blow them away! You're wide open! Benediction light.
Far enough!
I'll end you!
Make it ready! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! You're wide open! Come and get it! Eagle assault! I'm on it! Resonate with you!
Lightning strike!
Now! Lightning orb!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
ho ho! Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho!
Hmm? You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Out of my way!
Not today!
I'll save you!
Can't get out of this!
That frickin' does it!
Super swallow! Resonate with the earth!
That frickin' does it! Jolene! Hey! Blow them away!
Dance in the wind!
That's enough! Crimson
In
Nose!
here!
Eagle Assault!
More than the top part!
I'll crush you! Ah! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Watch this! Hurricane! Hurricane! Look sharp! I'm on it! Ready to go! Get it! I'll put you through! I'll smash you!
Here, lightning resist! Thunderstorm!
Make it rain!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
There!
Is that the Zoogle we were told to dispatch?
Little help!
First strike!
Not so fast!
Swallow!
Blind you in the sky!
Not today!
No further!
Lunar Park!
I'm on it!
Hurricane Flame!
Seismic rush! Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration!
Strike! Not on my watch!
First strike!
Ready
Ready
to
to
roll!
First strike!
Take to the fray!
I'll end you!
Make it rain!
Run well! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang! Watch this!
Catapult! How about this?
Hurricane!
Hurricane! Make it rain! Run well!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Don't get careless. Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Okay.
Okay. Yes!
What?
Really? Dohalim. Dohalim, I'm going to look into some seasonal fishing spots.
By all means.
Leap. Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll bring the rods. Better get everything ready for tomorrow.
This is great. The taste and aroma will blow everyone away. Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
See you tomorrow. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Now you see what I can do!
Flaming meteor!
I'm off to meet the deity! Talon Storm! Like it! I'm on it! Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate! Swallow dance! Let us take
This
to the
works.
fray! You're done! Glimmer dragon! Take the vengeance!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
I'm just getting started!
Hurricane foot!
Negative gate! Glimmer dragon! Take Bolero! I'll finish you here and now! Eat this! Glimmer
No
dragon!
further!
Radiant storm!
Not today!
Crescent moon! Eat this! Talon storm! Heal! That will smash you! Round and first strike! I'm just getting started! I'm on hurricane! Seismic rupture! I'm on it! Dance on the wind! Take Bolero! Run you through! Right. First strike! He's enough! I'm just going! Hey! Blow them away! I'm practically unstoppable. It's on! Hurricane fight! Move! Too slow! On your knees!
Light after raging cascade!
Eagle of Thunder! Great to see what happened there as you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
Arctic waterfall!
Resonate with the earth!
In here!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat hurricane! Can you take it? On guard! I'm ready! Don't leave! Hey! Blow them away! Too slow! That's enough! On your knees! Too fast! Stand back! Not today! I'll trip it up! You're wide open! Come and get it! This one's mine! Eagle assault! Hurricane fight! Now I'm in the groove! In a vine!
Light astral lightning conduct!
Now! Don't leave!
I feel sprightlier than before. I'll do my best! I'm on it!
Switcher! Almost! You're wide open!
Take the lightning
That's
down!
enough! Begin!
Thunderblade!
Radiant Ray!
Lightning condemned!
Begin! I'll smash you!
Darkness! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Lightning condemned!
What about this?
Give me a discharge!
First strike!
Their arcs were interrupted!
Not today!
Make it rain! Run well!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang! Faster! I'm on a roll now! Talon Hurricane!
Hurricane strike! Lightning strike!
Super Swallow Day!
Hurricane strike!
That's enough! Eagle Assault!
Lightning
Talon
orb!
of Storm!
Lightning condemned!
Can't get out of this!
Thunderblade!
Armor won't save you! Watch this! You're wide open! Talon Hurricane! I'm on it! Glimmer Dragon!
Lightning energy!
Eagle
The wind!
That's enough!
Air drop!
Super Swallow Day!
Energy!
Rip Tear!
Lightning condemned!
Let's
Now!
do it! Light Burst 4!
Radiant Genesis!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you a million times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned, but if you don't...
Good food is the best kind of magic. Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.